Okay, everybody, how you doing today? In this movie, I'm going to teach everybody how to restore a Delkin Fat Gecko camera mount. Okay, this is what the deal is here with my Fat Gecko. You know, I used to use this in the salt water, so now I've got a little bit of corrosion. Got some corrosion on the hardware. Okay, like that. See that little bit of corrosion and stuff, and over here on the mount itself there's some corrosion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take this apart. We're going to dismantle the whole thing, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to refinish this metal. We're going to, you know, brush it all up real good and get all the corrosion off of it, and we're going to clean it all up and get it working good again. Alright? Okay. Alright, we're back. To take your Fat Gecko camera mount apart, you want to just go ahead and keep turning your knob until it falls off. Alright. Then what we'll do is we'll pull off the washer. Now pay attention to which way these things come on and off, because you're going to have to reverse this later. Now go ahead and push your stud through like so. Pull it out. Alright, as you can see, there's quite a bit of corrosion on there. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to fix it. We're going to make this thing just like new again. Then we'll just pull that right on out of there. Set that to the side. And the suction cup part is plastic. Okay, it ain't going to really have that much corrosion on it because it's plastic. Okay, most of the salt water and corrosion stuff is coming from the what did I just say? Most of the corrosion is coming from the salt water. Okay, anyway, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put our screw and stuff back in there, and we'll put this back on just for the time being for safekeeping, so we don't lose anything. Okay, next I need to tell you, there's an insert right here on the bottom of the mount. You do not want to walk off and let that fall out somewhere and lose it. Okay, because that has, as you can see, that's got the little grooves in it. Okay, that lines up with the grooves on this other part, and that's what holds it in the position that you're gonna, you know, you're gonna put it in a special position and keep it there. Anyway, that's what you need to do. You need to save those things. There's two of them. There's one on each side, and when you take it out, that's the hole it comes out of, so you'll know exactly where it's going to go back. And as you can see, this has got some corrosion, and I'm going to brush it all up. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this apart by removing the bottom thumb screw, and that will just fall apart just like so. Okay, that's what it leaves us with. This is with this right here. That's mainly what needs to be cleaned up. The rest of this stuff is aluminum, okay, or something. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what it is, but it's not corroding like that bottom piece. Okay, but what we will do is we will brush up these parts and make sure that they're in good condition when we get ready to put it back together. Go ahead and take all this whole thing apart, and I'll oil all this stuff and get it, you know, nice and pretty before I put it back together. And also the camera mounting screw or threads, whatever, are also getting a little rusted. So I'll brush those up real nice and get all the corrosion off of it and make sure there's no salt water crap in there. What we'll do is we will remove the ball off of the main mount with an Allen wrench by looking under there. Once we take that off, this ball will come off, and we can brush this piece of metal all the way up, and then we can refinish it by spraying it down with some primer and then some new black paint, but we won't do that until we get all the rust off. We'll be back later. Alright, you can see I've taken this back down to bare metal with one of these types of wheels right here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the corrosion from these nuts or bolts with a wire brush. Be back in a minute. Alright, now as you can see, I've gotten all the corrosion off of that with this wire brush. Now I can go paint this and then I'll reassemble everything. Show it to you when I get it put back together. Okay everybody, I got it done. As you can see, we painted both sides, inside and out. And what I did was I sprayed it, the first coat I sprayed it with primer, and then I sprayed it with 3 more coats after that of high temperature paint, like for your that you buy to repaint your barbecue grill or whatever. I use that stuff on there. Anyhow, now we're gonna put it back together. Alright, first thing you do to put this thing back together is you want to get your 2 little you know, those little things. You want to pop those back in place. There's 1. There's 2. Alright, next thing, grab a suction cup and a clean bolt. Put that in there like so. Put your bolt through. Put your washer on. And oh, before you do that, before you put that back on, what I've got here is a little bit of 3-in-1 oil. Alright, just put a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that 3-in-1 oil on those threads there. Keep them protected. Really good. Okay, that half of it's done. Now what we'll do is the other half. We'll just slide that right on in there, just like we did on the other side. And we'll put that right through there. Once we get it lined up. There we go. Get that lined up. Pop that right on through there like that. Put a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the threads. Put the washer on. And put the thumb screw on. There we go, that's that. Alright folks, now the base of it's done. That's it. Here when we come back, I'll show you how to put the rest of it together. Bye-bye. Okay, putting the rest of it back together is pretty doggone easy. First thing we'll do is we'll take the top of it. This is the piece where the camera mounts to. Okay. What we'll do is we've already put some 3-in-1 oil on these threads right here. So we'll go ahead and take the tensioner plate and we'll put it on. Then we'll take this little rubber O-ring and stick it on there. Alright, now that piece is complete. What we'll do next is we'll take one of these cups. I call these the cups. There's 2 sides to a cup. Okay. One side of the cup has the thumb screw going through it, like so. Alright, we'll take one side of the cup and we'll get it started. Put a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on those threads. What we'll do is we'll want to take the bar or the extension bar and go ahead and slide it in there like so. Okay, go ahead and put it in there. Go ahead and snap your ball in at the same time and tighten up your thumb screw. All right, once you tighten up your thumb screw, you can move on to the next half, which is the bottom plate. Okay, or the bottom cups. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and put our 3-in-1 oil on our threads here. Keep them protected. And we will get the threads started. Alright, get the cup on to the shaft. Now the only thing left is to mount this whole thing to that. Alright? Just like that. And tighten it up. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. And voila. We have one refinished, refurbished, repainted gecko, fat gecko, double suction camera mount. I hope you like that. Sometimes I get stuff, sometimes stuff gets old. You got to refix it, you know, redo it, make it last a little longer. And that's what we've just done. See y'all later.